So there's that, but like Ant-Man 3, before I get into my thoughts about it, right? I've not talked about movies in a couple months on this show, so I want to talk about it. But I'm saying that because a couple months ago I had this clip. It's like Ant-Man 3 trailer thoughts. Could it turn the table and make the MCU come back to be better again? Right? Oh, that stuff. And I was like, oh, I hope it's a very good movie. But little did I know is that when I go onto the internet, I see people like saying, "Oh, it's a bad movie. It's got 48% on Rotten Tomatoes," and then it came to the point where I was so curious about this movie that I wanted to see it in theaters, and nobody wanted to see it with me in theaters. Like my sister saying it was a terrible movie like that. And then like 5 or 6 days ago, I did watch the movie, and I've got to say that like it was the opposite of what I was expecting, like what I've kind of expected. Then I seen the clips of Modoc, and it was like, is this even real? Like, if you told me this movie came out on April Fools, I would absolutely believe you. But it wasn't released on April Fools. It was released in February. It's because this movie is, man. There's a lot to explain with this film. But let me just put it straight, right? Let me just put it straight that we had Avatar 2 with all these great visuals, right? All those great visuals, right? You know, you could see the water, you could immerse yourself in this experience, you could just enjoy what was brought to you. But then in Ant-Man 3, there's like Modoc and his like face looks like a PS1 generated thing. It's like, oh man, like I heard that the visual effects department and Marvel kind of rushed all the production design or whatever for the CGI, and you can see that it did do that. And like I've said on my review show and kind of on this podcast that I've not liked a lot of the recent Marvel films. Like like Thor: Love and Thunder was a terrible movie. Then kind of forever wasn't a fan of that, and then it was just like kind of average and like the MCU was so good, and then it kind of fell off because 10 years of build up. How do you build? How do you build? How do you come back from something like that? So there's all that stuff, but yeah. So Ant-Man 3, I'll give you a quick rundown of the plot. So it's kind of like they go into the quantum realm and find all these new creatures, and then it's Kang, and it's supposed to be the first movie of Phase 5 as well. It's the first movie of Phase 5, sets up Kang, all like that. But I feel like, right, it's like you got all these characters, you got Wasp, all like that. You got Cassie, who it was weird because she was like more important in this movie than the other two movies. It was weird how that worked, and yeah, but there's like so many characters and all like that. So yeah, that's kind of the plot, right? But oh my god, I just didn't want it to be Thor: Love and Thunder again, and it turned into Thor: Love and Thunder again because there's like all these jokes. It's like haha, laugh, 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 please laugh, please laugh, please laugh. It's like just please laugh, please laugh. Like I saw Daniel Sloss and everything was funny, but there is humor in this movie that I think kids on the playground would actually make this up or laugh at it. Because, for example, right, there's this point in the movie where Cassie and Modoc have this exchange, and he's like, Modoc, it's like this young girl beats up Modoc. It was great, it didn't make any sense. But then it was like, and then Modoc's like, I don't know what to be, what can I be, Cassie? And he's like, just don't be a dick. And it's like, oh, who came up with this? Who actually said to themselves, okay, we're gonna have a film about this interesting concept about the quantum realm, all of that, and then be like, you know what? Let's just make Morok say, let's just let them say, don't be a dick, and it's like, what? And this, like, there's two versions of this film. You could have went with the serious version, but you decided to make this film have a serious villain with Kang and then undercut it with jokes. Like, and at this points where it gets too dramatic as well. It's like, Ant-Man gets big. It's like, Kang. He's like, Kang, you stole my daughter, and I'm gonna get her back, punk. And it's like, what? And then MODOK's like, holy shit, that's big. That's big. And don't even get me started on when MODOK goes towards Kang. It's like, my name is Jared, and I read a dick. And it goes up close, like, "Ugh!" And he's like, "Ugh." And it's like, what on planet Earth am I witnessing? And I didn't even watch this movie in HD. I didn't even watch this movie in HD, right? And I'm just sitting here like, huh? It is the weirdest, like, it has, like, and there's also stuff like, drink the ooze, drink the ooze. It was crazy what I was watching. I felt like I was watching a fever dream coming to life. And it's just a, oh man. I, I, I don't know how people, I don't know how you can really still enjoy Marvel at this point. Like, oh man. Like, people are gonna still eat this up and consume it, but it's like, it's just, it's just, oh man. Like, it's just like they're not trying anymore. They're not trying to create good, innovative entertainment now. It's just, we'll make this, it's just like the McDonald's of filmmaking. It's like, okay, we're just going to produce this non-stop, 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 and never leave any room to kind of, make it a bit more of quality. But no, they don't do that. They do not make it of quality, and they just want to make money and print money and milk freaking like 20 million characters and want you to watch 5 million shows so you can keep up with it. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing to see. It's actually embarrassing to see this, right? And I did have a Guinness earlier, so maybe I'm a bit all over. I'm kind of got a lot of energy here, but I had a shower as well, so yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's like the jokes were just terrible, and the like Kang. I just don't know how we can get invested in Kang. We've only seen him in Loki and this movie. And I know, like, the whole point of Phase 5 is to set up Kang, but I feel like if they did it smarter, we would have had a bit more build up, a bit more understanding of this character. So, I don't know if we're gonna see like Kang be as good as Thanos. So I think I went on it. I went on for a bit about Ant-Man, but yeah, oh, it's a terrible movie, and I think every single YouTube channel has done this now. Like, yeah. There's Guardians 3 I'm still looking forward to, but nah. It's a missed opportunity, man. This movie is a missed opportunity.